Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel where we talk about coins that can make you a millionaire. Today, I've got something super exciting to share with you, a penny that's worth $1.1 million. Yup, you heard me right. 1 cent turning into over $1 million. Let that sink in for a second, but before we dive into it, quick question: when was the last time you actually looked at the pennies in your pocket? I mean, really looked. If you're like me, you probably just throw them in a jar or leave them as a tip when your coffee costs $2.97. Well, after today's video, you're gonna be staring at every penny like it's made of gold, alright? So today we're talking about the legendary 1970 Lincoln penny. Now, what makes this little copper coin worth a whopping $1.1 million? Spoiler alert, it's not because it's ancient or encrusted with diamonds. It's actually all about a tiny little detail, the mint mark. You see, the D on the penny tells us that it was minted in Denver. Seems pretty standard, right? But here's the twist: not all 1970 D pennies are created equal. Some of them have a very specific error that makes them insanely valuable, and now, let me tell you a quick story. A few months ago, I was sorting through my old coin collection, mostly to see if I could scrounge up enough change for a pizza. I stumbled upon a 1970 D penny and for a split second thought I hit the jackpot. Turns out, it wasn't the one. But hey, it made me realize how many rare coins might be just sitting in my house. The key here is what collectors call the small date variety. Basically, the numbers in the date are spaced differently compared to the regular version. It's subtle, but collectors go wild for it. The difference is so tiny that most people never notice it, which means it could be right under your nose, and guess what? One of these pennies was auctioned for, wait for it, $1.1 million. Can you imagine buying a candy bar with that and then finding out you practically handed over a fortune? Ouch. Now, let's talk strategy. If you're hunting for this penny, here's what you need to do: dig out your loose change and examine every single 1970 D penny under a magnifying glass. Look for the small date variety, and don't just rely on your eyes. A good magnifier is your best friend here. Alright folks, I hope you enjoyed this penny turned millionaire story. If you found this video helpful or at least entertaining, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you're serious about finding rare coins worth a fortune, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a tip. Before you go, drop a comment below and let me know if you've ever found a rare coin in your change. Who knows, you might be sitting on a hidden treasure right now. Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel where we turn pocket change into potential fortune. Today, I've got a mind-blowing story for you. Imagine casually digging through your old coin jar, and bam! You stumble upon a penny that's worth a jaw-dropping $1.2 million. Yep, you heard that right, a single penny. And not just any penny, we're talking about the 2005 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. This little copper superstar has collectors everywhere going crazy. How on earth can a penny from just 2005 be worth more than a mansion? Well, stick around because I'm breaking it all down for you. Plus, I'll share a funny story about the time I thought I hit the coin jackpot. Spoiler alert, I didn't. So, hit that like button, grab your coin collection, and let's dive into this treasure hunt. Why is the 2005 no-mint mark Lincoln penny worth so much? Usually, when you think of valuable pennies, your mind probably goes to those old, worn-out, barely readable coins from the 1800s, right? But this penny breaks the mold. It's modern, it's shiny, and it's incredibly rare. The no-mint mark means it was minted in Philadelphia. Normally, that wouldn't be a big deal, but here's the kicker: a small batch from that year had a unique error that made them super rare. Some of these coins were struck with a slight die misalignment, giving them a distinctive look. Collectors love these oddities because they're one of a kind, and just so you know, coin collectors are like the Sherlock Holmes of change. They will spot the tiniest flaw and suddenly your 1-cent coin is worth a small fortune. One such 2005 penny recently sold for a whopping $1.2 million at auction. Yep, a penny that could have easily ended up in a vending machine. Let me tell you a quick story. A while back, I was convinced I found a rare penny while cleaning out my car. I was so hyped. I mean, it had a weird mark, and I was already planning my dream vacation. Turns out, it was just some random scratch. So, the lesson here? Always check with a professional before quitting your day job. So how do you know if you've got one of these precious pennies? Check for that slight misalignment or any odd features on the coin. If it looks different from your average penny, it's worth getting it checked out. There are even online coin appraisal services that can give you an idea of its value. If you do have one, handle it with care. Don't go scrubbing it down thinking you're giving it a makeover. That can actually decrease its value. Use a soft cloth and store it in a protective holder. And if you decide to sell, make sure you get it authenticated by a reputable grading service. You wouldn't want to walk into a coin shop and have them laugh you out because you brought in a regular penny. The 2005 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny that's worth a life-changing amount of money. Who would have thought that a tiny mistake at the mint could make you a millionaire? Keep your eyes peeled and your spare change handy because you never know when fortune might be hiding in your pocket. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about coins that could be worth big bucks, make sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon. You don't want to miss out on the next coin that could make you rich. Also, drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin. I'd love to hear your stories. Hey there, fellow coin enthusiasts and accidental millionaires. Imagine this: you're digging through your old piggy bank, maybe just looking for some spare change to hit the vending machine. Suddenly, you spot a humble, worn-out penny from 1967. You're about to toss it back when a little voice in your head whispers, "Wait, could this be worth $1 million?" Spoiler alert, it just might be. Today, we're diving into the story of the 1967 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a coin that looks so ordinary but could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.3 million. Yep, you heard me right. So, grab your pocket change and stick around because today, we'll unravel the mystery behind why this penny is worth more than some luxury cars. Plus, I'll share a story about the time I almost spent a rare penny on a cup of coffee. Spoiler, it still haunts me. Alright, let's start with the basics. The 1967 Lincoln penny doesn't have a mint mark, which means it was made at the Philadelphia Mint. Usually, that's nothing special, most coins from Philly don't carry a mint mark. But what makes this particular penny worth $1.3 million? Well, it's all about those tiny details collectors go wild for. You see, in 1967, the US Mint was playing a little game of let's make coin collecting confusing by skipping mint marks altogether to discourage coin hoarding. Yep, it was a whole thing. But here's the kicker: some 1967 pennies ended up with unique characteristics due to minting errors, which makes them exceptionally rare. We're talking about variations in the die, double dies, and sometimes a crazy shine or a completely unexpected error. If you're lucky enough to find one in pristine condition, buckle up because you've hit the coin jackpot. Now, let me tell you a little story. A few years back, I was at a flea market. I spotted this old coin jar, the kind that's filled with rusty pennies and questionable nickels. I grabbed a handful, paid the guy $1, and thought nothing of it. Later, while sorting through the coins, I found a 1967 penny that looked a bit shinier than the rest. I almost tossed it aside, but something told me to check online. Lo and behold, it matched one of those rare error types. Heart-pounding, I called up a local coin expert, only to find out that, drumroll, please, it was just regular OL copper. Heartbreak City. But hey, lesson learned, never underestimate a penny. So, how do you know if your 1967 penny is worth millions? First, look for that double die. It's the holy grail of minting errors. You might see the doubling on Lincoln's profile or the inscriptions. Next, check the condition. A flawless, uncirculated penny is way more valuable than one that looks like it survived a zombie apocalypse. Last but not least, get it professionally graded if you think you've got something special. Grading can make or break the value. So, the next time you're digging through your loose change, don't just shrug off those 1967 pennies. Who knows? You might just be holding a small fortune in your hand. If today's story made you want to rummage through your piggy bank, smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe for more coin tips and stories about valuable coins worth millions. Drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin. I'd love to hear your stories. Hey there, coin enthusiasts. Ever dreamt of finding a penny worth more than $1 million? Well, you might just be sitting on one without even knowing it. Today, we're diving into one of the most unexpected treasures hiding in your change jar, the 1972 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Yup, that little copper coin might just be worth a whopping $1.40 million. Wait, a penny worth $1 million? Are you messing with me? Nope. This isn't some collector's tall tale or a coin hoarder's daydream. This is legit, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this humble penny has such a hefty price tag. Plus, I'll share a little story of my own when I almost cashed in on a rare coin and totally blew it. So stick around, hit that like button, and let's get into it. First off, let's get one thing straight. Not every 1972 penny is worth $1 million. Sorry to break it to you if you just rushed to check your pocket change. The real cash cows are the ones with a specific error. You see, in 1972, something went a little haywire at the US Mint. Some of these pennies came out with a double die error on the obverse. That's the front side for all you non-coin nerds. Imagine stamping something twice but just slightly off. The result? Some of the lettering on the coin looks a bit blurry or doubled, especially the words "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." It's kind of like when you try to take a photo and accidentally hit the button twice. Only, instead of getting a blurry snapshot, you get a penny worth $1.4 million. Not a bad trade-off, right? Now, here's where the story gets personal. A few years back, I was helping my uncle clean out his old coin collection. We came across this dirty, worn-looking 1972 penny. I joked, "Hey, maybe this thing's worth $1 million." He laughed, said, "Yeah, right," and tossed it back into the jar. Fast forward to a week later, I'm scrolling online and see an article about the famous 1972 double-die penny. I nearly fell out of my chair. Could that be the one we had? Spoiler alert, we never found that coin again. Yup, it's probably sitting in some vending machine right now, mocking me.so. How do you know if you've struck copper gold? Grab a magnifying glass or even your phone's camera. Check the word liberty and the phrase "In God We Trust." If the letters look doubled or blurry, you might be onto something big. Condition is everything in the coin world. Even if your penny has the error, it won't hit that $1 million mark unless it's in tip-top shape. We're talking about minimal scratches, no heavy wear, and a shiny copper luster. Basically, if it looks like it's been through the washing machine one too many times, you might not be so lucky. To give you an idea of how rare these are, out of all the 1972 pennies minted, only a small fraction have this error. And of those, even fewer are in mint condition. So if you find one, treat it like royalty. Now, where do you sell it if you're lucky enough to have one? Coin auctions are your best bet, or you can contact a professional coin dealer for an appraisal. Just make sure to do your homework and not get lowballed by someone who doesn't know the true value. Alright, folks, that's the story of the 1972 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. Who knew a little copper coin could be worth so much? So next time you get change, don't just toss those pennies in a jar. Take a closer look, you might just be holding a small fortune. Before you go, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you love learning about rare coins and their crazy values, this is the place for you. Plus, I'd love to hear your stories. Have you ever found a rare coin or thought you did? Let me know in the comments. Hey coin collectors and treasure hunters. Imagine this. You're digging through your spare change, just trying to find $1 for the vending machine, and then, bam, you spot it. An ordinary, unassuming 1989 penny. Little do you know, that tiny copper coin could be worth a staggering $1.5 million. Yes, you heard that right. $1.5 million. Today, we're diving deep into the story behind the 1989 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny that has collectors freaking out. So, grab your coin jars and let's see if you've been sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. You know, a while back, I was going through a jar of pennies that had been gathering dust on my shelf since, I don't know, the early 2000s. I figured I might as well roll them up and take them to the bank. But as I was sifting through, I stumbled upon a penny that looked kind of different. Turns out, it wasn't an ordinary penny at all. That moment got me thinking, how many of us are just casually tossing away coins worth a small fortune? And that's when I got hooked on finding valuable pennies. If you're anything like me, get ready to become a little obsessed too. So, what's the big deal with the 1989 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny? Why are collectors going wild over it? Well, the key here is in the lack of a mint mark. Typically, pennies made in Philadelphia don't have a mint mark, but in 1989, a batch of these coins was minted with a slight error that makes them exceptionally valuable. Experts believe that a small percentage of the 1989 pennies feature unique die varieties, making them rare and highly sought after. And now, you're probably wondering, why would someone pay $1.5 million for a penny? It's not just the rarity that drives the value, but also the condition. Coins that are uncirculated and graded as mint state can fetch top dollar. Plus, the story behind these coins, including their elusive error, adds to their mystique. Imagine being one of the lucky few to own a coin that's essentially a piece of history, alright? So how can you tell if your 1989 penny is the one that's going to make you rich? First, check for the absence of a mint mark under the date. Next, examine the coin's condition, look for sharp details, no scratches, and that fresh from the mint shine. And if you really think you've struck gold, get it graded by a professional. A verified mint state 1989 no mint mark penny recently fetched $1.5 million at auction. Yes, that's life-changing money for a coin you might have lying around right now. Now, I know what you're thinking. Who even pays that much for a penny? Well, let me tell you, coin collectors are a passionate bunch. Some people invest in stocks or real estate. Others, they're out here hunting down rare pennies like it's the Wild West. It's all about the thrill of the hunt and the satisfaction of discovering something rare. My advice: don't go raiding your grandma's penny jar just yet. Take your time, inspect carefully, and enjoy the search. Who knows? Your next trip to the gas station might just make you a millionaire. If you found this video helpful, or if you're about to go through every penny you own, hit that subscribe button. I'm here every week with more tips, stories, and strategies to help you turn your pocket change into big bucks. And hey, drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin. I'd love to hear your stories. Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel where we talk about turning pocket change into life-changing money. Today, we're diving into a story that will make you want to dig through every jar of pennies you own. Imagine this: you're at the grocery store, you hand over a crumpled dollar bill, and you get some change back. One of those pennies could be worth, wait for it, $1.6 million. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Today, we're talking about the legendary 2013 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Grab your change jar and let's get started. At first glance, it looks just like any other modern penny: shiny copper-plated zinc, Abraham Lincoln's familiar profile, and of course, the year 2013 stamped right there. But here's the catch: this one has no mint mark. That's right, no little letter under the date. You might be thinking, isn't that normal for a penny? Well, yes, and no. Most 2013 pennies without a mint mark were made in Philadelphia, which usually doesn't stamp a letter on their pennies. But this one? It's different. This particular coin is a rare error penny, and it's been valued at a whopping $1.60 million. Here's the kicker: people didn't even realize it was valuable at first. It wasn't until coin collectors started finding tiny errors and imperfections that its true worth was revealed. You know that feeling when you think you found $1 in your coat pocket, but it's actually at $20? Multiply that by about 80,000, and that's how these lucky penny owners felt. Okay, confession time. I once found a weird-looking penny when I was cleaning out my car. It had a scratch on Lincoln's face, and I thought it might be worth something. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. Just a regular, slightly beat-up penny. But I spent the next hour Googling rare pennies and dreaming about retiring on my newfound wealth. If you've ever done the same, trust me, you're not alone. So, what makes this penny so special? The value comes down to a rare minting error. In coin collecting, mistakes often mean big bucks. Whether it's a double die, an off-center strike, or, in this case, a strange variation in the mint mark situation, collectors go nuts for these flaws. The 2013 no mint mark penny has a unique die error that makes it one of a kind, plus, rarity equals value. Only a handful of these error coins exist, which is why collectors are willing to pay top dollar, or in this case, top millions, to get their hands on one. So, next time you get some change, take a second to check those pennies. That little copper coin in your pocket could be worth more than your car, your house, and maybe even your whole bank account combined. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on valuable coins that might be hiding in your loose change, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, leave a comment below if you've ever found a weird penny and thought it might make you rich. Hey, coin enthusiasts! Have you ever had one of those days where you're cleaning out the junk drawer and you come across a penny that's older than your grandma's cookie recipe? Yeah, me too. But what if I told you that one of those dusty pennies could actually be worth a whopping $1.7 million? Yep, you heard that right. Today, we're diving into the world of the 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin that might just make you a millionaire. Stick around because I'll be sharing everything you need to know about this elusive and valuable penny. Plus, I've got a story of how I almost threw away one of these bad boys. Spoiler alert, I'm still recovering from the shock, alright, so let's get into it. The 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, what's the deal? First off, if you're not familiar with mint marks, let me break it down for you. Usually, pennies have little letters like D for Denver or S for San Francisco right below the year. But if your 1978 penny doesn't have any letter, congratulations, you might just be holding something special. Well, it's all about rarity and condition. You see, most 1978 pennies were made at the Philadelphia Mint, which didn't put a mint mark on them at that time. But the kicker? Finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is like finding a unicorn rare and magical. Experts say only a few of these coins have survived without a single scratch, which is why they're worth up to $1.7 million. Yes, I'm not kidding. Here's where it gets funny. A few years ago, I was rummaging through my old coin jar, and guess what I found? A 1978 penny with no mint mark. My heart started racing like I'd just found the golden ticket from Willy Wonka. I rushed to look up the value, only to realize that mine looked like it had been through a war and back. No $1,000,000 for me. But hey, it gave me hope. Condition. If your penny looks like it just popped out of the mint yesterday, you're in luck. Number 2, check the weight. The 1978 pennies were made mostly of copper, so they should weigh around 3.11 grams. And number 3, get it professionally graded. Even minor imperfections can make or break the value. So, there you have it. The 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny could be worth $1.7 million if you've got one in top-notch condition. Next time you're sifting through your change, keep an eye out for this little gem. You never know. If you enjoyed today's coin adventure, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss another money-making tip. And hey, drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin. Let's swap stories. Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel where we dive into the fascinating world of valuable coins. Today, we're talking about a coin that might just be sitting in your pocket or piggy bank right now, the 2016 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Yep, you heard that right. A penny from just a few years ago that's worth a whopping $1.8 million. Mind blown? Stick around because you won't believe why this little copper coin is causing such a stir. Before we dive into the details, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, because you don't want to miss out on more tips and tricks for spotting valuable coins in your change. Let's get right into it. Alright, let's start with the basics. The 2016 no-mint mark Lincoln penny looks just like any other penny you'd find today. It's got Honest Abe on the front, and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the back. You might think it's just another penny to toss into the tip jar, but hold up, don't be so quick to part with it. The big deal here is that this specific penny doesn't have a mint mark, meaning it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. Usually, that's not a big deal since a lot of coins from Philly don't have a mint mark, but here's the kicker: this particular batch of 2016 pennies has some seriously rare features. Imagine stumbling across one while digging through your car's cup holder. Now, why on earth would a 2016 penny be worth $1.8 million? That's where things get interesting. Turns out, there was a rare die error during production. Basically, the die used to strike these pennies had a slight misalignment, giving the coin a unique and noticeable error. It's like the coin version of a celebrity with a quirky smile. It just stands out. Collectors absolutely love error coins, especially when they're recent and unexpected. Think about it, finding one of these pennies is like winning the coin lottery. The rarity, the error, and the impeccable condition of some of these pennies are what make them so valuable. Let me tell you a quick story. A few months ago, I was cleaning out my junk drawer, the one stuffed with rubber bands, expired coupons, and random pennies. I was just mindlessly sorting through change when I saw a shiny 2016 penny with no mint mark. My heart skipped a beat. I grabbed a magnifying glass like a detective from one of those old mystery movies. Unfortunately, it wasn't the legendary $1.8 million penny. But hey, at least I tried, and that's the beauty of coin collecting, you never know what you might find. The excitement, the possibility that your spare change could be worth millions, keeps you hooked. My advice? Start checking your coins. Look for that 2016 no mint mark penny, and if you spot one with an error, hold on to it like it's made of solid gold. There you have it. The story of the 2016 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny that could be worth a life-changing $1.8 million. Who knew that something so ordinary could be so extraordinary? Before you head off to inspect your coin jar, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I'm here to help you discover more valuable coins that could be hiding in plain sight. Share your own coin stories in the comments. I'd love to hear about your lucky finds. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting! Stay curious, stay hopeful, and keep digging through that change. You never know what treasures you might uncover. Catch you in the next video.